have contacted me, involving superhero identities and secret societies, among other things. I'd concluded that I had all the family I wanted. But since I'd moved here, old wounds I'd never acknowledged had been opened. "Blair," Mr. Wilkes finally said, "if you really want to know, I can give you the details of your former foster family. I don't know how well you remember them." "Not well," was the honest answer. I'd had several foster families before Mr. and Mrs. Wilkes, and they had probably been plain humans too. I doubted the human authorities kept a record of where exactly I'd come from if my parents had hopped over from the magical world and worked their magic to leave no trace. Unless they'd been hiding amongst normals, keeping their magic quiet before I was born. It wasn't like some paranormals didn't opt to spend their lives in normal towns or cities. "Did they really live in London?" I blurted. "My birth parents, I mean." London, with its traffic and crowds, did not seem like a good place for paranormals whose natural magical shields often made public transport shut down. But a big city like that would be a decent place to hide without most people having a clue someone might be paranormal. I'd lived there for a few weeks when I'd snagged a fancy office job a couple of years ago, but I didn't have the funds to stay after my contract finished, and the tube breaking down every day hadn't helped much. At least I now knew it was down to my magical nature and not just bad luck. "That's all we were told. Your last foster family might know." Since a few different families had taken me in before the age of 3, it was possible that none of them would have actually met my parents. When you added in the fact that paranormals were capable of befuddling the senses and causing people to forget ever meeting them, the odds were slim, I had to admit. "I got another job offer," I said to fill the silence. "So I moved." "You did? What's the job?" "Recruitment," I said. Technically true, if you omitted the dealing with cranky wizard businessmen and eccentric witches part. "I'm not living at my last address anymore, but I'll come and see you when you get back." "We'll come back for Grandma's 70th birthday," he said. Oh. My adoptive grandparents must have sent the invitation to my old house, which I'd left after I moved here. "Okay, I'll let you know when I'm around," I said. "But, it's probably best not to post anything to me. I don't have a fixed address." Not an address that ordinary humans could find anyway. There was a paranormal delivery company within Fairy Falls, and even a phone and internet network, but they didn't work outside of the town. I'd barely spoken to anyone from my old life, not even my former best friend, Rebecca. She only got in touch when she wanted me to babysit for her the last couple of years, and we'd grown apart. And I wasn't perpetually short on cash anymore. I had a steady job I loved. I had great co-workers and a fantastic new best friend, and a patient mentor who forgave me every time I messed up a spell or accidentally broke something. I had a family, and I had a whole new life, and yet, was it such a bad thing that I wanted to know the truth about my parents? "See you soon, Blair. Love you." "Love you," I whispered back. I ended the call, blinked a few times to clear the tears from my eyes, then put my phone away and looked at the note. I'd read it so many times that the words were burned into my brain. No signature. Anyone might have written it in theory. But the note had been glamoured, hidden with fairy magic. I didn't have many enemies, except possibly Blythe, my vindictive former co-worker, and none were fairies. Nobody would have reason to prank me into thinking I'd get to meet my family, right? Anything?